accidents or pause or whatever.
Let's roll.
Yeah. Which place are we going to first?
A Fine Swine.
Fine Swine, okay.
The first stop on the barbecue journey today is A Fine Swine, New Baden, Illinois. Looks like it's going to take us about an hour to get there. We're already behind schedule. So.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I got here a couple minutes early, too.
Yeah, I figured it'd take us a little while to get set up.
Turn right on Whitechapel Drive.
Well, that should be entertaining right there. So I don't know if you use Waze or not.
In a quarter of a mile. Turn right on Weldon Spring Road.
It's a really cool app. Users actually interface with it. It's almost like Wikipedia, in that if you report an accident, somebody on the side of the road, police officer, they will alert you.
I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it brings up other things that like Google Maps won't, like all the accidents or the police officer, like you were saying.
Then turn left on Technology Drive.
That's cool. I'm excited to do this, dude. This is
Me too. Yeah.
I've been wanting to just go out and try all these places that
turn left on Technology Drive.
They've been popping up like over the past year or two. I don't know. I haven't been able to find the time to do it. So finally,
one of the things is it's a long way away, yes, but you know, I always had trouble figuring out which one I wanted to go to. You know,
5 miles.
And now that
turn right on State Highway K.
Now that I've been hearing these great things about A Fine Swine, and you know, we met David. I think you say his name's Stidham. I'm not sure how you say it.
I can't remember the dude's name, but yeah, really nice guy. We met him at St. Louis barbecue store. He was very passionate about barbecue in general. The way he was prepping everything, and the way he was cooking everything, and the way he was. He fully admitted he's not a professional barbecue guy, but he's going to give competition barbecue
turn right.
A chance. So
funny,
I saw that he's already signed up for one of them. Yeah,
he actually already competed in one event. I think he got like 5th overall.
Did he do the first?
I think he did Columbia.
Oh, Columbia.
Polar Bear. The Polar Bear KCBS.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he got 5th place overall, which is,
You're kidding.
That's saying something. You know, I'm sure it was cold and rainy, just like it was here in St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm so glad we didn't do that. I remember it because it was Friday, and it was raining, right? It was raining over here.
It was raining. Now, unfortunately, I had to go out in the weather. Bree and Chase both had soccer games that day. We were actually, ironically, over in Illinois at a soccer game, and the field was flooded. Half the field was flooded. They couldn't even take corner kicks from one of the spots because it was flooded so bad. So I had to get out in the rain a little bit, but yeah, I was glad I wasn't standing out there all night in freezing cold, 30, 40 degree temperatures.
Turn right
in the
on
rain.
State Highway K. Then exit right to I-64, US 40 East, US 61 South, St. Louis.
Yeah, so this thing's going to be
yeah, gosh, he's annoying.
A little bit. But yeah, so the plan today is to hit A Fine Swine in New Baden, and David Stidham. Then we're going to head out to Beast Craft Barbecue and David Sandusky out there. And then finally we're going to finish it up with old friend Doc Smokehouse. Doc Smoke.
40 East, US 61 South.
Shut up!
You shush. We know where we're going.
I have to tell everyone I know to shut up.
And then we're going to finish it out with Doc Smokehouse in Edwardsville. So the thing is, it's funny, right? We're headed over to Illinois, and there's like half an hour between each one of these barbecue restaurants. So we have quite a day ahead of us. That's why we're getting a start here so early.
Nice.
Hoping to be there at New Baden. I don't know what it's like, right? I used to go to Sugar Fire all the time for lunch, and by the time it was 11 o'clock, there'd be 30, 40 people in line. But given it's a Sunday, I don't know. It could be crowded. I don't know what it's going to be like over there.
To I-55 North, US 40 East, I-64 East to I-70 East.
Yeah, and it's funny, you mentioned competition barbecue with the first place we're going. And, I remember the rib we tried over at St. Louis barbecue store. It was a competition-style rib. It wasn't like a restaurant-style rib that you normally
Right.
And I wonder if all his food is like that, if it's more of a competition style than a restaurant style.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious about, what's he serving there, because, I mean, as we know, a lot of competition teams have now gone towards like the catering side or the restaurant. They're opening up their own restaurant, which is fantastic, and it's kind of taken over the whole just regular, run-of-the-mill barbecue restaurant that's been around for like 30 or 40 years, which isn't competition style. So I wonder if people are just more accepting if it is. Places like that do the competition style, like Dom's. I think he probably does more of a competition style because that's where his background is.
So, talking competition style versus restaurant or backyard style, what would you say competition style food is as far as barbecue is concerned?
Oh, it has sauce on it. It's sweeter. It's not your. It's more gourmet ingredients used than say that you would find at an old-fashioned type of barbecue joint. When I say old-fashioned, they probably don't have the smokers that are used typically now, like an old hickory or one of the massive propane styles. Typically you can find that at a newer barbecue joint, they're going to use something more in style with right now for the competition circuit. But they can fit a lot more to feed the masses too.
Yeah, in competition we've got sugar amped up. We're using 2-3 different kinds of sweeteners, honey, maybe agave. We've got tons of salt, a little bit of heat on the back end. Some go savory just a little bit. It's more of a one-bite barbecue than like an eating barbecue like you would make for a cookout in your backyard or maybe most restaurants would do, because we're also cooking maybe 3 slabs of ribs, 1 brisket, 2 pork butts, and a handful of chicken thighs. But in a restaurant, they're making, I don't know how many they make, 100, 200 slabs of ribs, and they're cooking for the masses. So It's really hard to do too, because we're also using mass quantities of wrappings like foil and butcher paper. And I just wonder what the rest of his food's going to be like. I know we tried his ribs, and they were a competition style, and I don't know if that's what he does in the restaurant, or if he just did that for a demonstration. Maybe he's practicing for his comp that he had coming up. But I'll be really interested to see what his food is like, given that he's going the competition route. If it's going to be more of a competition style, or if it's going to be more of a quote restaurant style, where they're totally just using maybe a combination of their own dry rub, or maybe some sort of packaged dry rub.
Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
Sweet Baby Ray's, right? Something for the masses, as opposed to maybe something that they make in house. Now, I think he had his own line of sauces, if I'm not mistaken. So
really?
I'm a huge sauce guy. I love to get my barbecue dry rubbed so that I can add any sauce that I want. But man, I love to try all the different sauces. How about you?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a one sauce guy when I'm at a restaurant, because I've been to restaurants before where they have tons of sauces and they're just all okay. It's your typical run-of-the-mill sauces, but one of my favorite barbecue joints around here, on the St. Louis side, or even I guess St. Charles County side, Little Mickey's in St. Peter's. They just have one sauce, and I love it. It's great. I used to buy it by the quarts, even to put it on my own barbecue. I don't go in there anymore. I just don't eat barbecue in general at restaurants. But for the sauces, it better be good. It can't be the Sweet Baby Ray's or anything that you find at Restaurant Depot, because it's just not. It's just not, to me. It's not authentic barbecue anymore. That's just barbecue to feed the masses. And I'd be surprised if any of those places that we're going to today are doing competition style, and they have competition style like sauces, because that they would either have to charge a lot for their food, or they're just going to be kind of losing money, because those kinds of sauces, it's pretty costly, So yeah. I'm kind of curious to find out too. I really don't know if they're going to be those restaurants that just are just just put any kind of sauce on there to feed the masses, or is it really going to be like true competition style, which will cost more to make and to buy and eat?
Yeah, and that's something I noticed at Beast when we head there. He has real, almost competition quality meats, at least from that perspective. And yeah, they are a little more expensive because he's got the Duroc pork. He also does both prime brisket and a Wagyu brisket. And I'm kind of interested to try all that because how often do you have Wagyu brisket and Duroc pork when you're headed out to a restaurant? I think more and more are maybe leaning that way. But from the Wagyu perspective, and that's got to be an expensive product to start with. So, but again, you know, it's like anything else. If you start with a good product, you're probably going to end with a pretty decent product. At least it gives you a better chance. You know, which is why we cook with the top quality products we can start with in competitions. Is because judges are taking one bite, and that bite better be the best bite of barbecue they've had. Not just that day, but the best bite that they can remember in their recent barbecue tastings. Because in a competition, you're not supposed to, as far as the judge is concerned, you're not supposed to, for KCBS and St. Louis Barbecue Society, you're not supposed to judge against the other entries on the table. But people are human, and if you're the sixth entry on the table, I mean, come on, they've just taken 5 bites. There's going to be some comparison there. You just can't help it. I mean, that's just the nature of being a human being. Is you have to compare it against something. And I don't know. I'm just interested to see what the level of barbecue is going to be when we get to all these different places, especially at Doc's, now that I think about it, because he's an old competition guy. Mm-hmm. Not only was a comp guy, he also organized barbecue. So, of anywhere, if anybody should give us a really high level of barbecue, I would expect it to be Doc's. So I'm really interested to see what all 3 of them have. Plus, hey, we're going to be comparing the 3 of them, aren't we? I mean,
absolutely.
I plan on it, so we'll see who gets a 10, who gets a 9, and who gets a 7.
Yeah,
right?
no, I'm taking my judge's card off, my judge's badge off today, and I'm just going to be, judging on what I like. I'm going to be comparing, I'm going to be contrasting, I'm just going to be just brutally honest, which, I mean, I am always brutally honest when I'm doing competition judging, but, to judge it just based on feeding the masses, I just obliterate any kind of barbecue joint, or even a steak joint for that matter, because I could do a lot of the stuff at home, and not pay nearly as much going out to eat to these places. So
my wife doesn't want to go out to eat with me in a barbecue restaurant anymore, and I'm sure Jamie's the same way. You go out to eat, and all you do is complain about the food. Yeah. Because it doesn't compare to the level of care that you can give it at home, because, again, they're cooking for the masses, and you're cooking for yourself or your family or your friends. Yeah. You're cooking for just a few people versus them cooking for a bunch of different people. And it's hard because you go out and, again, it's a comparison. You're comparing against your own food. And like you said, it's so expensive. I mean, I know they put a lot of time and effort into it, and they're trying to use good quality ingredients, but gosh darn, you can go to Schnucks and get a pork butt for 99 cents a pound, throw a couple of those in the freezer, and whenever you want some pulled pork, instead of paying $12, $13 a pound, you just got it for 99 cents a pound at Schnucks. And all you got to do is put a little time into it. Yeah, it's kind of funny that barbecue's kind of become the next big thing, and it's unbelievably expensive for what the product is. Because back in the day, right, it used to be junky cuts of meat nobody wanted, and now it's like the coveted pieces of meat. We're all cooking $150, $200 Wagyu briskets, at competition, and some people, that's a little rich for me, but some people cook those in their backyard, for their friends and family.
Which is insane, but if it's out there, why not? I mean, I'm always curious to try other, better quality meats, and that's Wagyu's no different. So, but I always go back to what I can usually find at the grocery store because it's cheaper, and I'm just used to it. It's kind of nostalgic just to have that flavor I did as a kid. Just like it. Yeah, it may not be the best cookie, but man, it's good. Especially since we can do, any of that stuff. We can cook it exactly the way we want to our liking, and it can be just about any other, great quality of meat that's out there. I can take a choice. I've taken select cuts of meat before, and I've made it better than what I've or tried out of a Wagyu or a Prime or whatever, you know? So, as long as it's good, I'm fine with that. But as far as going to a restaurant, I mean, it has to be at least good for me to just tolerate. You know, going there and paying, you know, big bucks and, you know, hopefully they have something unique. Like we went to what was that barbecue joint we went to the other Duke's
Barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the meat was okay. I think I wrote in a review, and I said the meat was okay. I mean, anybody who's going to walk in there and never had barbecue before, it's going to probably blow their mind. But, you know, since I've had a lot of barbecues, it's okay. But they had other things there. They had side items. They had, you know, they were offering snoops. I mean, you gotta offer something unique to brought at least meat in there. So that's why I'm probably gonna go back there, even though the barbecue was okay. I could tolerate it. It was good. It was okay. But I'm curious to go back and try the other things that they had in there too. It was a pretty unique place.
Yeah, and that's something I've been watching them on social media, and I can tell that they actually have a bunch of different specials. The pitmaster that's running the place, I can tell that he has some sort of chef training or background because they're coming up with all kinds of unique specials, and they put them on social media, and I think, wow, that looks fantastic. Holy cow. I think maybe Sugar Fire was the first one to start that in the area, where they started, instead of just having your regular old ribs, pulled pork, and brisket, they started moving into chefy-style specials. That
Chefy barbecue. Love it.
Chefy barbecue. And it's kind of a trend I think we're seeing in the barbecue industry, is we're seeing these jacked up, rigged up, huge sandwiches, big old giant rib bones and things like that. It's a little different than just your regular old pulled pork, which anybody can do, right? Pulled pork, you know, after a while it gets a little boring. Whenever somebody goes to a barbecue restaurant, I always say, hey, order whatever the special is. You know, back in the day, the special used to be old cuts of meat from yesterday. Not anymore. They all cook their barbecue, and whenever they sell out, and they're done, so it's mostly fresh. I always go for the special because it gives you kind of an idea what the chef is about. And I got a text. Oh, you know what? I think we gotta, name the show? Talk about ourselves a little bit, or say who we are?
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's the one thing I thought about. Like, I can't come up with a good freaking name. It's like, what do we call this, you know, this show, whatever that we're doing, the podcast? It's funny because I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah.
Kind of just, if one comes up, you know, that's fine, but...
All right.
Yeah, you know, I've really put no thought into it just because it's like I can't think of what to call the show.
Well, maybe we ought to talk about ourselves a little bit so people know who we are. 40 minutes away. Basically, we're heading over 40 over the bridge.
Is that the furthest one away?
Yeah.
So we're going to be going out and then kind of work our way back.
So we're going to New Baden first, and then we kind of go up, kind of towards Belleville, which is where East is. Yeah. And then we go all the way up to Edwardsville, and then come back 70.
Oh, okay.
Over 270 to 70.
Nice.
Come that way. It's the best way I can figure out, because there's, like I said, there's like 20 minutes between the first two, and then like 30 plus minutes between the second two.
I think that's bad. I mean, at least that's reasonably, you know, close together. They're reasonably close together.
Yeah.
But, I mean, because maybe, you know, some barbecue joints over here that are highly recommended, other than Sugar Fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That are, you know, that you can find right away, and people that we know.
Right.
You know, I mean, we know Doc. We know of Sandusky, and we know of well, the finest wine guy. What's his name?
David Stidham.
Yeah, I mean, we met him the other week.
I probably pronounced that wrong the entire time, and I apologize. We'll have to fix that post-edit, I guess.
Oh, it's real, dude.
Yeah.
It's real.
It's raw.
I guarantee people get my name wrong if they ever talk about me. But, I I mean, name people on this side. I mean, the Iraq, I think, was Jeff Fitter at Super Smokers.
Yeah, Jeff Fitter. Of course, Mike Johnson.
Yeah,
all right,
I was a Sugar Fire.
All right, Mike Johnson. All right, and then you got Mike Emerson from Pappy's, and Skip Steele from Bogarts. Other than that, no, what's the name of that dude that runs Salt and Smoke?
I remember seeing them at the
I remember his name.
The gala.
Oh, was he there? Really?
Or maybe no.
No, I don't know if he was or not.
Probably not.
He might have been.
I just remember the whole hog.
They brought a whole hog, didn't they?
Yeah.
Might have been there. I don't know him, so I don't know if he was there or not.
No, I don't know anybody from there. Yeah. I don't know who was like the head honchos of any of those joints over there, other than Jeff.
Jeff, yeah. Well, I know Johnson wasn't there. And Pappy's bring one. I can't remember if they brought one or not.
I don't think so.
Oh, I know who else brought one. It's a place down in St. Louis, the city area. And that's so cool. I can't remember their name off the top of my head. Oh, CJ Bittman, who used to do...
Do we?
Yeah. Do you know him at all? No,
I don't know. Who's he from?
He used to do the place in Illinois, in Columbia, Illinois. And the name escapes me. He runs... it's terrible radio here.
Well, this is a radio. This is a podcast.
Oh, yeah,
We can say anything we want.
Dude, what's the name of the place right by the ballpark? Right next to it. It used to be really big before they built Ballpark Village. Patios. Sorry.
Oh, Patios?
He used to Patios. Yeah, he used to have a trailer at Patios for quite a while, a couple years. And then I guess he's maybe part owner. He got together with Patios. Now he's inside, and he's cooking barbecue inside.
Interesting.
And Adam Wagner.
Adam Wagner, he's with Beast.
He's with Beast, so maybe we'll catch up with Adam today. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what his hours are.
Did you call ahead of time?
I told, all three of them know we're coming.
Yeah.
Doc seemed pretty excited we were coming.
Really?
David Stidham said he wasn't sure he was going to be. David Stidham just kind of gave me the thumbs up. But we don't really know him very well. And then Sandusky, we met him on the radio.
Yeah.
And he at first said he wasn't sure he was going to be there. And then he said, yeah, he would be there. So he was coming back. So, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to make on Saturday. Our plans almost fell through yesterday going down to Steelville because people were kind of bailing out at the last minute. And luckily, we were still able to go with the people, amount of people that we had. So I was going to be ticked off because Saturday would have been a better day probably to hit these barbecue joints because most guys will probably be there.
Yeah, right. I agree. Yeah, Saturday's probably. I don't know. I guess Saturday would be the big day, I would think, but I don't know.
Sunday, not so much. We're lucky these places are even open on Sunday.
We are actually lucky. Hey, maybe I should have called. Yeah, but they're all open. So, and actually, I did some research on the menu.
Did you?
A little bit. I didn't know.
I want to be surprised.
I didn't know what you wanted to do, but you want to be surprised when we get there.
Let's go ahead and talk about it then.
Okay.
I'll be surprised now.
Well, what I was thinking, the first place, Fine Swine, has a little bit of a sample platter, and I thought it might not be a bad idea each
I love
place
sample platters.
to get a sample platter and split it. That way we can get a little bit of everything, and then if they have some kind of a special thing, maybe get a side of that, and maybe we can try that. I'm trying to not do the sides too much. I'm trying to prepare for barbecue season.
Yeah.
No bread, macaroni and cheese and stuff. And then Beast is going to be interesting because he has what's called a Duroc tour, which is all his pork products, and then he's got another one where it has Wagyu brisket on it. So I don't know. We're going to have to figure that one out because I really want to try the Wagyu. Maybe we can get a side of that or something. And then at Doc's, I don't know. He doesn't really have anything like that I saw on the menu. So we're just going to have to wing Doc's. Figure it out. That was kind of what I was thinking is, if the place has some kind of samplers to do that.
It doesn't hurt to ask. I mean, I imagine people come in. I mean, Doc owns the joint. He should be able to say, okay.
Yeah.
He should be able to say, we'll get you a sampler.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, Doc, don't you know who we are? No.
Nobody knows who we are.
Yeah.
I think I'd be surprised about all of them. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up liking all of them because I know the quality these guys put out. I mean, you know, I've been on their Facebook page, I saw the pictures, I've seen reviews. You know, I have no doubt I'm just going to like whatever I get.
He's got pretty high expectations as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, all of them are they're posting up all the awards that they've won, and every time that they sell out of food, or if they had a big day or a big weekend or something like that. I mean, the hype just grows and grows and grows. You know, just like to the point where I can't wait to try these places. I cannot wait. So.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's just, it is a drive. And you know, the other thing that we kind of touched on earlier is, you know, if you go with your family, we both have families of 4, and you go eat barbecue, and it's $15, $20 a person. Next thing you know, because my kids, I'm sure your kids are the same way, my kids have grown beyond the little kid meals.
Yeah.
They're into full adult meals, like really hungry adult meals. And, you know, it gets pretty expensive, and then you think, man, I just spent a whole bunch of money on something I could have made in my backyard for, a quarter of the price. And zoo's packed.
It should be.
Good day for the zoo.
It's a beautiful day out today. As it was yesterday, too.
Yeah, yesterday was good until the sun went down, and then it got pretty cold. We actually had the windows open at home.
Did you really?
Yeah, I cleaned the oven. I had the oven. I was working on it. I had some fumes going, and I wanted to clean the oven and get that all taken care of.
Nice.
What I really need to do is clean my barbecues.
Oh my gosh.
They're in bad shape.
Yeah, all my cookers, especially the drum and the Rebel, need to be cleaned out. And you know, I got my pressure washer back. A buddy of mine had it for a while, and
You use the pressure?
Yeah, I use the pressure washer, but it's only good to use the pressure washer after it's been, the cooker's been like used, because it kind of softens up everything and melts everything, and it's kind of easier to take off. So, which I've been using my drum here lately, but I haven't been using my Rebel. I gotta imagine my Rebel's pretty moldy inside because I haven't used it all winter.
There's several different cleaners out there that I've heard from different barbecue people.
Really?
But,
I'm afraid to use cleaner. I just use pressure washer.
Oh, okay.
I don't use any cleaner.
You don't use like Simple Green or that one that Rod Gray's, something lightning.
Yeah,
White lightning,
something lightning. You're right. I thought you were only able to buy it online, but I've seen it at the store. I've seen it at the grocery stores and whatnot.
Well, I need to get mine out. I don't have a pressure washer, but I just need to get all my grills out and get them all cleaned up because they're really in bad shape after a rough winter. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think I used them more this winter than I have in a long time.
7 miles. Stay to the left to I-55 north, US 40 east, I-64 east to I-70 east.
Stay to the left, alright.
Yeah, this gets crazy down here, doesn't it? I'm trying to figure out where the heck you're going.
Yeah, this is the way I take every day to work.
But once you get over into the Illinois side,
yeah, oh my God,
highways are all over the place. And you know what's funny is we play, and you guys probably play there too. There's a place in Illinois that we play, and the fastest way back is like through East St. Louis. And I'm like, oh my God! Every time I do it, I think, God, I'm not doing this again. I'm just going to come over go 270 and go over that bridge.
Are you talking about Columbia?
Not Columbia,
you gotta go
past Columbia. It's almost actually it's pretty close to where we're going now. It's actually in almost in Belleville. It's called Belle Claire. Mm-hmm. In Columbia, yes, there's 2 of them in Columbia that we played at before. There's one right there, right off the highway, and then there's one right off of Route 3.
Okay, yeah.
Route 3 is the one.
Oh boy.
But the Belle Claire one is horrible. This person is lost.
Needs to get over.
I gotta get over.
Yeah, that's where I get off.
They're probably podcasting and can't figure out where they're going.
Yeah, podcasting. Jesus Christ.
Driving around.
we've only had a couple of perfect weekends so far this year. And those perfect weekends, I managed to have booked up already. Like today, I mean, not a big deal. I love going out and doing this, but I really need to do my yard work. I have I have a lot of things to trim at home, and I need to do it at home. And every time I'm home, like last weekend, it was raining.
Yeah, it was a bad weekend.
All weekend. And I played in President's Day we just had? That weekend was raining the whole weekend.
I got a bunch of stuff I got to do too. I pulled out some old bushes and some other things and created like bare spots. And I know you're not supposed to do it, but I need to plant some grass in the spring. And I guess it's getting close to time. They always say that you should wait until it's like...
Right now is like it's perfect time to overseed.
So I got to get... Well, this is like bare. Like we ripped it up. Because we have new steps we put in the back. Yeah. And we ripped out a bunch of bushes and stuff.
Are you doing sod?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do sod. I mean, it's kind of expensive.
Well, right now, what do you got? Fescue? I got fescue. Yeah. I got tall fescue.
The tall fescue. I think everybody's got that Kentucky blue fescue, tall, whatever it is.
It's either like bluegrass or...
Yeah, that's what it is. So, I mean, eventually here, really shortly, I'm going to have to get out there and get some stuff done. But I'd really like to get it aerated first in that area at least.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We have an in-ground... See, we have the 2 dogs, which suck, because when you're playing grass, you're not supposed to have your dogs running on it. So we have an in-ground fence, the electric fence.
Sure.
Yeah, they killed it. Oh man, my dogs, you can tell where they go, where they run and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Either having dogs or having kids, they can just kill your grass.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
I got huge patches of just dead grass in the backyard because the kids like to put down their slip and slide.
Oh man!
And just for one day, the slip and slide was out there. It just killed it.
It does. In one day, you're right. We've had that happen before too, and I get mad every time. I get mad every time, and then it's like, well, I don't want to get mad at them because they're just having a great time.
Yeah.
But I internalize the anger. I take it out on the barbecue grill. That's what I do.
Yeah. All right, so we're crossing the river right now.
Crossing the river.
In half a mile, stay to the left to I-55 north, US 40 east, I-64 east to I-70 east.
Did you catch that?
Yep, stay to the left. All this stuff kind of just goes together.
Yeah, right. It looks like the river's moving pretty fast.
Oh yeah, we were in Steelville, and the rivers were high and they were fast.
I've floated there before. Are you guys doing canoes or are you doing rafts?
Oh, we're doing rafts.
I love rafts. Oh my god, they're so fun.
I can only do rafts. I can only do because I will tip.
To the left to I-55 north, US 40 east, I-64 east to I-70 east.
All right, I'm there. Chill out.
Yeah, wife had never been in a canoe before, and we went one time. We only tipped over once. I mean, she was good.
I'm afraid of tipping over those things. I know I will.
Right to exit 3, I-64 east, State Route 3 north.
I had always done canoes, and I remember the first time we did a raft, I was like, this is awesome. You just bounce off stuff, who cares? And
yeah, right.
Everybody's drinking and having a good time.
Yes.
It is so much fun. I had no idea that it would even existed. I didn't know it was
I've been floating now for about 20 years.
Wow.
Every once in a while, I probably only missed maybe a few years in between of float trips. Now we're just starting really picking up now that the kids are getting older. We did my first float last year. So it's kind of like, we feel more comfortable going back out again. Yeah. But this year's way different because now we're involving other groups of friends, come and they kind of hijack our old ways of taking float trips. And now we got to plan it out. Now we got
stay to the right to exit 3, I-64 east, State Route 3 north, Louisville, St. Clair Avenue.
So I need to get to the right over here. Yeah, we've been hijacked because now we got to have a theme. We're having T-shirts made up.
That's the whole thing.
It's a thing. I don't like having a thing.
Yeah, you just want to go and...
I just go, I drink, I float,
Yeah.
I drink some more, I pass out.
Okay.
I may do a little cooking, but now it's a thing, and I don't know. It's weird because that's something we normally do.
Never been that complex. We just go and have a good time and spend the night and then come back the next day. But actually, when I lived in St. Clair, what we would do is we'd take 2 cars, we'd dump one off at the end where we'd get out, we'd take the other one and go upriver, and we would just float in inner tubes for free because we were, well...
Stay to the right to exit 3, I-64 East, State Route 3 North, Louisville, St. Clair Avenue.
Not only were we cheap, we were broke. But I was in high school, so that was all right.
I'm still broke.
Hey, me too.
Continue straight for 20 minutes to exit 27, State Route 161, New Baden.
Thank God we have a barbecue sponsor, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, so didn't order any meat. I haven't ordered any. I think I'm just going to go with prime brisket and see how it works the first couple comps. And I'm going to try the smart chicken and just see how things work out.
Right.
And I don't know, just go that route. I mean, I don't know that the Wagyu's. I'm really torn by it. I actually had 3 Wagyu briskets in my basket for Snickerberg Farms when they were on sale. They were like $30-40 off. But 3 briskets is $447. And I have a hard time, even though, you know, I have a hard time doing that. Is what I have. Is, you know, I just feel like I feel like that's almost 3/4 of our comp seasons were the briskets. $447. It's a hard time justifying it.
It's even harder too because when you used Wagyu last year, even though you got an awesome deal on it, free, right?
Yeah.
It was still inconsistent.
Yeah, is it a deal if you're not getting the best product?
Yeah, the brisket was all over the place for us last year. I mean, we did awesome in brisket. What did we get in the top 10 SLBS? Or did we get in the top 10 SLBS in brisket?
I don't think in brisket, but we did in.
Yeah, I know we did.
Chicken, I think we did.
No, not ribs. Important. We got. Yeah. So I'm having the same problem with ribs too. Do I go? I've done Duroc before. I have not had success, but I haven't used since we, started using our new recipe from when we went to Bubba class. I haven't tried the Duroc recipe on Durocs, Like, can I get a better cook out of Durocs now that I'm using this new recipe?
I wonder if we could talk to David Sandusky while we're over here, if he's available. You know, who knows, it's lunchtime, he may not really be available to talk, but and just talk to him and say, hey, we should run a cooler. That's what we should have done.
Oh,
just in case he's got some raw product around that we could buy from him and try, just for a sample, just to see. Yeah, shoot. Well,
I didn't think about that.
Oh well.
I think I should always have a cooler in here.
Yeah, just in case, right?
Like, you pick up meat. Oh, good thing I got a cooler. Or here, take this. All right, I got a cooler for that.
Yeah, I think we both cook the same way. Like, I go to what are you gonna cook? Well, what's on sale today? I'll go to the grocery store and walk around and figure out, well, that looks okay, that looks good, If you're cooking at home, not the competition.
Just saying right now, we're passing up the strip clubs.
Did you bring your VIP card?
Yeah, I did actually. I even got some coupons too.
Coupons?
I know, right?
What's a coupon? What's a coupon get you to the strip club?
The entry fee.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Okay. You got a coupon for your lap dance.
Well, I mean, this was back in the day. Back in the day, they used to give out, free entry passes and whatnot if you went too much. So, yeah. Hey, guys, come on back. Oh, thank you. And of course, things happen. You don't go back. All the money. That's where all the money goes to barbecue.
Police reported ahead.
Oh, look at that. it like other people report?
Yes, other users of Waze report it. That's why I was saying it's kind of like Wikipedia where you can change.
Yeah, gotcha.
things. So other people that are users of Waze will somehow on here, I don't know, I'm sure there's a way, report whatever maybe traffic ahead or 12-minute delay or whatever. So let's see if we can find them here. I think I might actually put it on the map.
Watch out, hazard reported ahead.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming up here. Should be right around this bend at the hazard. Not sure if that's it or not, but oh, there's a guy. There's someone on the side of the road. Maybe that's the police. Yeah, right up here.
Where? On the corner right there?
Right at the exit.
Oh.
That's a truck. That's not. I guess that's the hazard.
Yeah.
Got loaded with couches. No tires. Sorry.
Tires.
Now I never get over here. I don't even know where the heck we're at.
No, I've been this way a few times.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't even know where we're at. What'd you come over here for?
Well, for one, there's better strip clubs down this way.
Better coupons, I mean.
Yeah. No, there's no coupons down at these places.
Oh.
Only Washington Park. I don't know why I know that. Actually, I know why, but I don't know if it's that way anymore. But we come out here for some competitions, don't we? I thought we do. I thought we come down this way. In Columbia down this way?
Now Columbia's over at
Watch out, vehicles
270.
shoulder ahead.
No. I thought I'd come this way for some.
You might have come. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe you came this way for JP, but I'm not sure. Again, I go over the.
Well, we go down this way for Florida. We can go down to Florida too.
Florida?
Yeah. We might come down this way for some soccer games too.
Oh, when are you guys going to Florida?
We're going June, like either the second or third week of June. Might be the second.
We're going the third week.
Oh, then we might be just before you guys.
For us.
Yeah.
Because I thought we were going the 10th through the 17th. We're not. We're going the 17th through the 24th.
Oh.
I had my dates wrong. Well, somebody had their dates wrong. They told me wrong, and I put it on the calendar, and I figured it out. I got it on. Actually, I got my entire calendar right here. And the reason I brought it, I figured at some point, maybe not today, but I figured at some point we need to figure out when we're going to have our classes. Because we just got an email from Jeremy recently that said baseball practices for now are on Tuesdays. In the first 2 Tuesdays in April, we'll have baseball practices. I don't know if they're going to continue on Tuesdays. I thought maybe you had some insight on that. Like when you had them last year. Last session.
Not sure.
Yeah, the Tuesday, Thursday thing doesn't matter to me. It's just Ken said he kind of leaned toward Thursday, and that's why I was like, oh, okay, let's go Thursday.
Yeah.
But if Tuesdays were better, I'm all for Tuesdays.
Right. And I have not looked into my schedule lately.
I mean, we're wide open for now because we don't have baseball on the schedule yet. But I'm wide open for most everything past, well, May. Yeah, we're going the 17th through the 24th is our family vacation.
Yeah, I would like to have a schedule put out pretty quick for that. Just
Yeah, I mean, it's getting there, right?
yeah, we're getting to that point where we really need to start doing this.
And did you happen to see my email in regards to the Germantown competition?
No, I did not.
Okay, so Germantown is still on.
Yeah.
Where they give you the meat. It's all part of your fee. They give you all the meat. You just have to cook extra meat for the people. Because the people come in after the competition's over and you have to feed them. And People's Choice is one of the deals. It's like a $200 prize to whoever has People's Choice.
Yeah.
So, but they're not an SLBS contest. That's the catch. They're using their own judges.
Okay.
That doesn't mean anything to me, really. I mean, that doesn't matter to me. The problem is, it's kind of a bad weekend for me.
Yeah, it usually is. I never cooked that one.
So
Because it's either been a bad weekend or something or other.
Yeah. So we have Bree has a sporting tournament that weekend. I figured you guys might be in it too.
I don't know. What date is it?
remember correctly, it's the 18th and 19th of May. The weekend before that for Pig and Twig's a bad weekend too, because both my kids are in the Mother's Day tournament for Rush, as I'm sure yours are. They were last year, I think.
I don't know. Jamie hasn't mentioned any tournaments yet, so I'm not sure. She's got a lot of new kids again. Mm-hmm. So like the last 2 years, she's had a big turnover in players.
I told her before, if you need a guest player to play up a year, Jake's a player.
Yeah.
We're struggling for kids now. We lost 3 kids.
Really?
Yeah. 2 of them just said, we want to go to another team.
Right.
One of them just said, my son doesn't want to play soccer anymore.
I think they're getting to that age now. I think they're getting to that age where, they're deciding whether or not they want to continue playing a certain sport. Not sports in general, but just a certain sport. Because Cole made that decision. I think I told you this before. He's not playing baseball. He said he's not having fun with it. He doesn't want to play anymore. It killed him because, man, I played baseball.
If there's any sport I can understand someone being bored with, it's baseball. Even though that was my sport.
Yeah.
I get it, man. You're flat standing around.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. He has a lot of energy. He likes to be constantly doing something, and I guess it just was too slow for him, maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He can always take a year off and decide to come back to it. But
absolutely.
Yeah, I was completely caught off guard when you said that. So baseball.
I'd be a little surprised.
Everybody loves baseball.
Yeah.
Especially early. I mean, everyone still gets to bat. Everyone still gets to play the field. You're not, you don't have to sit on the bench, except for maybe one inning.
Well, he's such a good athlete and, a go-getter. I'm a little surprised to hear that he wouldn't want to play anything. I think he wanted to do everything.
He played second base, too. It wasn't like he was standing there at the outfield.
Yeah.
A lot, so, I was surprised. But, yeah, he's still busy. He's actually taking up, he said he wants to take up more wrestling. So, which is, I'm cool with that. He's cool with that. But, he wants to do some summer tournaments now, which they offer a lot of summer tournaments. So.
Man, I don't know. We're in the same boat. Bree got asked to play on the summer basketball team.
Yeah. So
we're going to try. I mean, she's already playing soccer in this, it'll overlap, right? You'll have that, plus she plays softball, which is going to overlap. And then on top of that, Chase wants to play flag football.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm like, I can't do everything, man. We just can't. But it's pretty good flag football. We did a little camp, and it was really good. So I know we got to keep going past Scott Air Force Base. It's freaking out here, isn't it? Well, this is why we didn't come here before.
Yeah, this is probably the first I've been out here, other than, going down.
We should be arriving in 11 minutes.
Okay.
Man, I feel like we're driving to nowhere here.
Yeah, Germantown, I don't know. I mean, we'll do it on our own.
I would say we volunteer to do it on our own.
Yeah. If we had to do a competition on our own, I don't know if I would do that one.
Oh, really? What's that?
Well, for one, I don't do well in Illinois.
Oh.
2, the whole meat thing, that does kind of get to me. It does bother me because I like to pick and choose my own meat. I don't believe that there is an even playing field because even still, there are better meats than others when you have to pick out, from the same brand they don't all have the same, they're not all the same shape, they're not all the same size, they're not all the same weight.
Well, you know who ended up winning that contest the first 2 years?
Ricky
Meyer.
I'm sure.
Because he wasn't so sure of it too, and then when he won, he's like, hey.
Oh, this is great. It always is.
The reason I thought it would be a good one to do on our own is because it's one entry fee, like $200, it's like $200 or $225, and you don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to pay for any meat. That's it. It's all given to you.
Yeah.
The only thing we'd have to pay for is we'd have to get our, we'd have to get our cookers there, and we'd have to get our, we'd have to get transport everything there, which, we We've done it before.
Yeah.
But they're kind of spoiled now. So there's something to that. But yeah, it was just, I threw it out there because it seemed like a kind of a cool thing. And I've always wanted to cook that one. And for whatever reason, haven't been able to. But the weekend could be, I might be saying, hey, should we cook it? And I can't even show up.
So if we did do that, which cookers would we take? Would we take our...
well, I know you have that trailer still, right?
Yeah, I still got.
So you'd be able to transport something. What I was thinking is what I would do is I would take my Weber Smoky Mountain, or I could even bring both of them, and then I could transport both of those, and I could cook chicken on one and brisket on the other, and then whatever you wanted. I mean, I don't know what you would want.
Watch out, vehicle stop at shoulder ahead.
If you want to stay with the pellet, I mean, we could bring my Traeger, but I'd have to have you transport it.
Right.
If you wanted to go, heck, man, bring your little smoker.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I would bring
Your WSM.
I think I'd bring a WSM.
You go old school.
I know, right?
Because they also said limited electricity. I don't really know what that means. What if we did have our electric, public smokers, we need electricity, would they have it available to us? I kind of make an assumption, yes, but I'm not really sure.
Right.
But,
if I had the opportunity, I think I would still use my WSM in competitions. It needs to be doctored up quite a bit. I need to do a few more things, make some modifications to it, but I will still use it.
there's that fight out there, right? The people that say, pellet smoker doesn't give out enough smoke. And I don't know.
It does. It does.
I use mine at home quite frequently. I cook it for catering. We cook on pellet smokers in competition, and we do pretty well with them. So, I guess it really depends on your personal taste. I mean, personally, I like the smoke to be just part of the overall flavor profile. I don't want it to be the predominant flavor. I just want it as part of the flavor. I mean, if you want more smoke, you can get a little smoking tube. You can throw one of those cool Mojo bricks on top of the fire shield, the heat shield. I don't know. I mean, it works for me. But yes, when I smoke with the WSM, I can definitely taste the difference. There's no doubt.
5.8 miles. Exit to exit 27. State Route 161. You beat it.
What exit?
127, I think so.
127 or 27?
27.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know. 23, I think. Sounds too good. Should be 5 miles. 4 miles.
Yeah, no problem.
Depending on how they run the Illinois ones.
Right. Now, what am I trying to say here? The pellets do put off lots of smoke. What I think it's missing is that charred flavor you get from a charcoal smoker. Or not even, I don't think you get that from even charcoal, you don't get that roasting flavor, from a pellet that you do from a charcoal, maybe what I'm trying to say here, because roasting, I like kind of like dark caramelized crust, I like it a little burnt, I can't really get that on the pellet unless I really crank up the pellet cooker, and, to a point where, the pellets catch fire and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
But for pellets, that's not good smoke. You don't want to do that. So you got to kind of take it off and, maybe have a secondary, grill for direct heat so you can get your char or, get your caramelization going on. That's what I like. Unfortunately, that's not competition barbecue. So if you're looking for that, you're not going to get that off a pellet cooker. Now, you probably can't get that from a can. You probably can get that from a WSM. I know for sure you can probably get that off a Jambo because I think that's what Jambos are designed for. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that'll be curious what kind of cookers these guys use in these restaurants, because I think Jeff Fitter, he uses pellet smokers out at Super Smokers, if I'm not mistaken. I know Terry Black did.
Yeah.
I bet you that he uses the same ones.
Yeah, if they got one of those old hickories or, one of something of similar sorts, it's either going to be gas or pellets, or a combination of both, or a combination of gas. I think they're all run part by gas. And then you can either add pellets or you can either add whole logs of
like I think Aaron Franklin down in Texas just starts with charcoal and then tosses logs on. But I don't think you're gonna find so many places.
He doesn't use his own. He doesn't make his own charcoal. Just like start with logs.
I don't think so. I think they use, because I remember seeing one of the specials with him is he started out with charcoal in the smoker and then threw logs on it. It was just a small amount of charcoal to get it started, and then it was logs all the time. So throwing a log on the fire for 14 hours, every hour, one every hour, or two every hour. No, thank you. And there's some people that probably want to do that because you're interactive, right? I mean, I do like to be interactive with my cook, but that's why I like cooking on the barrel, man, because I like cooking my brisket in 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I like to be interactive. I like to be doing something all the time, so that works for me. But yeah, I'm just not a stick burner kind of person. I know the flavor's probably a little bit different at the very least, but
yeah, it's supposed to be better. But they're such a pain in the ass to work with.
Right. So, certainly not.
In 1 mile, exit right to exit 27, State Route 161. You made it.
Alright, almost there. Exit right, turn left. This is out here.
It is. I mean,
holy cow.
You can't see this, but it's like flat all the way across, all around us. And there's, still no leaves on the trees, so you can see everything. There's nothing there, there's some abandoned farmhouses, there's some steel mills out here, there's windmills. We're approaching our exit.
Exit right to exit 27, State Route 161. You made it. Then turn left on State Route 161.
It's a McDonald's if we barbecue doesn't work out.
Yeah, if they're sold out already, we got some McDonald's. So. Which left? Okay.
Yeah.
I missed the sign.
New Bay, yeah, that way.
Gotcha.
Turn left on State Route 161.
I think we just shoot up 161 to go to east.
Yeah.
You sure? Right?
All right. Well, there's nobody.
Yeah. Nobody.
No one here.
Nobody coming. No way.
In 1.2 miles, you'll arrive at Eight Vines Wine Barbecue. Your destination will be on your right.
All right. Good timing, I think, because I think it's getting close to 11. Yeah, it's 10:53.
Nice.
So we might be a couple minutes early, but we're here.
Yeah, see, we made up all that time.
We did. No traffic. Thank goodness.
None whatsoever. Maybe it was better to come on Sunday. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Oh man, Casey's breakfast pizza.
Nice little town here. Look.
Yeah.
That McDonald's has golden arches.
They got a Casey's and a McDonald's. I'm sorry, McDonald's. And that was it. That was it.
Goodbye. Yeah. That was the whole town. It's very similar to when we were in Steelville yesterday. There's nothing going on. New Baden welcomes you. Well, we're glad to be here.
Looks like it's just up ahead.
Give us your barbecue.
Past the street. It's in between two streets, so it's not on a corner per se.
I'm speeding
900 feet, 800 feet. 800
oh, there it is, right there.
See it?
That's
oh,
it.
Yep, there we go. Okay. First one's here? No.
No, we're not.
30 people here.
There's already... Oh, I see. Yeah, there's like 20 cars already in here.
Wow.
And it's not even open yet.
Bunch of families here. Yeah, there's people lined up. Oh, there's people going in. I guess they're lined up to... lined up inside.
Oh, they got extra parking on the gravel.
Nice.
That's where I'm going to be parking. See if I can swing this around. It's because I don't want to get trapped on the way out of here.
Pretty impressive when you see people from a small town. And the place doesn't even open for another 6 or 7 minutes, and there's already people in line. That's pretty telling right there.
All right. Let's head on in.
It's like a big thing. A buddy of mine was in. He stopped by. The Marine guy. He stopped by for a while. He had a vet that he restored, and they had a little club. Some military thing going on. Are we rolling?
We are rolling. And that was.
So stop number 1 was a fine swine in New Baden, Illinois, and that was some good food.
What a way to start off, dude.
That was incredible.
What a way to start it all.
So we got the sampler platter, which was a quarter chicken, good healthy portion of pulled pork, brisket, and 3 ribs, so I guess a quarter slab of ribs. And then we got the deviled eggs, which are a smoked buffalo chicken deviled egg. And I don't think there was a bad thing on the plate.
Not at all, dude. It was. We made sure to get there first thing, and we definitely got the best stuff of the day. And we talked to who was that?
David. Stidham.
Yeah.
For pronouncing your name wrong, I apologize.
He came up to us. He recognized us and introduced himself and told us everything the whole process of what everything goes through, and I was blown away. The detail and the care into each one of those meats and dishes, phenomenal. He's definitely on the right track, he's passed everything that all my expectations.
Yeah, you can tell that he's got some competition background there somewhere, because man, that food was just phenomenal. It wasn't like quote restaurant style food. It was like competition style food.
It really was
converted over to a restaurant setting. It was really, really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, what was even more impressive, I mean, he offered us to take us on a tour of the place. Unfortunately, and very fortunately, the place started getting really, really packed. I mean, there was a line nearly out the door from one end of the building to the other. And by the time I say, hey, you ready for that tour? He goes, I'm a little backed up, guys. And I said, you know what? Let's just, let's deal with this another day, because you look like you're pretty slammed. So that was a very good thing for him. And
go straight.
Oh, go straight? Yeah. Okay. Very good thing for him, because I'm happy to see him having a lot of success right now. That's phenomenal what they're doing inside of there. The whole place is just, I don't really get, a typical restaurant barbecue vibe. It was just a different kind of experience for me. So, and it was in a good way, great way.
Yeah, and from what we didn't see the smokers, but he did describe them to us. So he has 3 different smokers, Old Hickory. He uses one for poultry, so that would be the turkey and the chicken, one for all the pork products, and one for the beef products. And I guess that's probably a sanitary way to go, but more than that, he uses 3 different woods. So he uses a specific wood for each one of the meats, which, man, how impressive is that? I mean, he's so specific, so has his flavors tuned in, that he's actually tuning his wood in to coincide with his meats and the rubs and salts and sugars that he's putting on the meats. And I think what impressed me the most from everything that we had, I was blown away by the pulled pork, because it was so juicy, so tasty, and even after it was pulled and sitting on the plate for a good 15-20 minutes, it was still juicy and moist. I couldn't believe it. A lot of times when you pull a meat, it dries out almost immediately.
It does. You go to most places and it's dry. The pulled pork's already dry.
And that's the problem with pulled pork most places you go. It's so dry. And maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's the way they do it. Maybe they pull it way ahead of time and it's sitting there for a couple hours or something. But I know that they pulled theirs to order.
I think he's going back to what you were saying, is this guy was a competition guy. Yeah. He's going by the 3 things you're judged on. Taste, tenderness, and appearance. Yeah. So I mean, if your stuff isn't tender, if it's not, in other words, if it's not juicy, then you don't have a good barbecue product.
Right.
And that's what these other barbecue restaurants don't realize, or maybe even some of the chefy restaurants don't realize, that meat has to be juicy and tender. It's all the same thing. It's all under that same umbrella. So, I mean, and he hit home run with that, dude. I agree. Although the brisket, I mean, still, I can't find too many places that does brisket very well, and this brisket that I had knocked it out of the park, dude. It's some of the most tenderest, flavorful brisket. I recommend the brisket going with the Texas hot spicy sauce. It doesn't really need the sauce, but I always find myself dipping into the Texas hot sauce because it complemented it very well.
Yeah, I would say that we agreed that the ribs, the pork, and the brisket were probably the three of our favorite.
Absolutely.
And just to throw a little wrench in it here, we also ordered a Bloody Mary, and there were burnt ends on the skewer of the Bloody Mary. And let me tell you, those burnt ends, out of this world. Super, super beefy. Absolutely amazing. Looked like they might have had some sort of a sauce or a glaze on the outside. But as soon as you bit into it, you could taste the sweet, the salty, a little bit of spice, and that beef just gushed into your mouth. It was absolutely fantastic. I think he said he only does them 1 day a week, and that they save their points. They cut the points off the flat on the full packers, and they save their points for 1 day a week as a special. And I don't know if it's Sunday every time, but I would absolutely 100% recommend those burnt ends if you can get them. If you can get over here and get them, I mean, they're a treat, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I loved what he said, and he emphasized this pretty heavy, is that they don't hold any meats over 2 hours. Once they hit that point of 2 hours, they go on and they're recycled into a side item or recycled into a new kind of entree, so that you're always having fresh meats, whether the brisket or the ribs. You're always getting the fresh stuff until they sell out, probably. But what a place he has right there, David has right there, because I've been to barbecue restaurants, barbecue joints before, where they keep the same meats on hold the whole day, and then all of a sudden you end up with, you're paying $20, $30, $40 for gray meat, gray dry meat, and that's not what barbecue's all about. It's always about the fresh meat, and he has it. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think what that shows you is that he's more interested in his customer than the bottom line, and he has his customer first and foremost in his thought. In that, and I also think he takes a lot of pride in his product, because as he came out and described everything to us, he was excited talking about it, and you could tell that he knew his game. He knows exactly what he's doing. This is not just some guy that just wanted to cook barbecue and decided to cook it. He knows his poultry, he knows his beef, and he knows his pork. And he knows what works with it. I think one of the things that kind of surprised me a little bit is he was talking about the quality of the brisket that he uses, prime brisket, same brisket that Aaron Franklin uses down in Texas, the famed barbecue restaurant down there, and a simple salt and pepper rub. I mean, that's all it was, yet it was unbelievably flavorful. So you let the meat shine through, I think is what I'm trying to say. Is it was just a beefy salt, pepper, and a little bit of that melted fat. Hey, fat good, right? Fat is flavor.
I left a little bit of that fat on there too. I mean, there was some very fatty. I think he leaves the fat on, so it looks like he cooks the point and the flat together, and then he just slices it and leaves a lot of the fat on there. It seems like, so I got a lot of the fat, but I didn't mind it. I mean, I took what I didn't want off, and I kind of left some of it on, and it was like butter. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, what'd you think of the deviled eggs?
The deviled eggs, I thought they were different. I thought it was something unique. It wasn't the most flavorful thing, or it wasn't the most wow. It didn't have that wow factor. But I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I think I'm going to try it. And I'm glad I did, because now I can just try I know the other things on that menu will be either as good or better, because that seemed like the safest thing for me to try on the menu. So I'm willing to go try the brisket egg rolls now, or the pork rinds that they had there, or they had smoked wings there. Yeah, I'm going back for the rest of the stuff too, just because those deviled eggs were really good.
Yeah, it sounded really A lot of the sides sounded really, really good. Unfortunately,
we had a hard time.
Yeah, we have 3 restaurants to go to here, so we can't do it all. Even though I think we wanted to, we just couldn't eat everything. So we opted for the basic meats and then 1 special side, which I think we're going to try and do at each place. Well, we're going to try at least. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty full after that first place. I don't know.
It didn't look like that much. Again, I'm like, oh, that's all we got. But it was very filling.
Yeah.
And I think, again, we're kind of going back to the whole competition barbecue thing, where competition barbecue is very filling. It's very rich, very sweet, and you get full just on maybe a couple of bones of ribs, and that's it. You're done. I kind of feel like the same way.
Yeah.
Coming out of there, it's just like, wow, our food was so rich, so heavy, so filling, and it didn't look like much, but it was.
Yeah, and the ribs they seemed like a competition-style rib. They had some sort of a glaze on top of them.
Definitely. They had that color.
Yeah, they had the good, yes, absolutely. You can definitely tell from the color. And they were definitely wrapped at some point during the process to give the tenderization and a little bit of a braise from whatever product he's putting in there. Yeah. I know we saw a demonstration at the St. Louis barbecue store, but I don't know if that's all the same stuff that he puts in there or not. Heck, it could have been. I don't know. And then we definitely could tell that the pork itself was dressed with some sort of product, whether it be just a simple juice or some butter or some sugar, whatever it may be. But it wasn't just a straight pork. But the flavor of the pork absolutely shone through.
In half a mile, turn left on Scott Drive.
Yeah, and the chicken was good. You could tell it was a
chicken was good.
Brine chicken. It was just, with all the other things, just chicken is pretty much just chicken, but the other meats just
way outshined it.
Yeah. And that's just the nature of chicken, in my opinion, is that it's kind of a plain meat, and it's gonna be on the bottom for me almost every time anyway.
Yeah.
That's coming from the chicken cook on our competition team, by the way.
Yeah.
I know chicken's at the bottom.
Everything looks so appetizing. It was hard to not.
Turn left on Scott Drive.
It was hard not to try at least everything on their menu, because I'm watching other people's food come out. I'm like, oh man, I should have got that. Or I should have got the mac and cheese. I should have got, the turkey or whatever. But it all looked very appetizing. No, there wasn't a dish that came out of there that didn't look appetizing at all. I mean, it was so.
In a quarter of a mile.
Perfect.
Stay to the left to Scott Drive.
I mean, it's a lot for other barbecue restaurants to live up to, because they put a lot of detail into it. I mean, it's like a competition. It's just like, it's all in the appearance. You're going to eat with your eyes.
Stay to the left to Scott Drive.
Yeah, the ambiance was pretty cool. It was... Stay left, I guess. Yeah, it was smoke. You could smell the smoke, which is really cool. When you first walk in, you can smell that smoke. Man, it just gets those salivary glands going. And what I thought was cool is
turn right on Muscuda Avenue.
The line to order your food went right by the bar. And all I could think of is all these people that are lined up in the bar. You could just go ahead and order yourself a drink, stand in line, have your drink, and have a little cocktail while you're waiting on your food. I kept thinking, God, what a great idea. I mean, have the people go right next to the bar. Instead of sitting in some weird waiting room or something, you're standing in line, ready to go. And, of course, I always love the tray with the butcher paper on it. I don't know why, but I have that. It's like an old-style
barbecue vibe.
Yeah, cafeteria-style feel to it. I really like that. And the camera.
Turn right.
The camera, they have a camera in the kitchen that is facing down on the cutting board. Whatever product they're prepping, whatever product they're cutting up, you can see it live. You can see them cut your meat on the camera, and they bring it out to you. That was absolutely phenomenal. I think that was so cool. It's kind of a little barbecue geeky maybe, but I thought that was really cool. A really nice little touch.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely for the barbecue geeks out there. And we have a lot of barbecue geeks, so that's something for everybody. Definitely.
Turn right on Muscuda Avenue.
And something else that I noticed is everybody in there was super friendly. Nice, greeted you with a smile, helped you out, asked you if you needed anything. That's something that's really cool. And the food's going to bring you in, right? But the service is something that makes you want to come back.
Continue straight for 8 minutes to South Belt East.
Everyone's really nice there. It's too bad they got busy, because I really wanted to hang out there a little bit more, but it's a great thing that they're busy, because that means they're having a lot of success. And those are the kind of places that we need. And I'm okay with missing out on a good experience of going back there and chatting with everybody and checking out, their operations when they're doing so well, and being so successful right now. I'm okay with that. So that doesn't bother me one bit. I'm hoping that these other places are just like that too.
Yeah, and it's a drive, man. It's way out here. Don't get me wrong. I don't know where we are right now.
No, again, we're driving and it's flat lands.
I have no idea where we're at, but
farms.
I'm glad it's this far, frankly. If it's closer, I haven't hit it up too many times, but yeah, it's definitely out here, but definitely worth the drive. Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, being that we're from O'Fallon, we went out that whole way. I could say comfortably, it's worth the drive. Yeah, it's worth the drive.
100% agree.
I mean, to get that kind of barbecue, it's not out of the way whatsoever. Not at all. So
now we're on our way to Beast Barbecue. We got about 9 minutes to get hungry again. I don't know. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, Beast. They got some interesting products at Beast.
They do, and for some weird way, I think Beast maybe could top that.
Ooh. Could?
Maybe they could.
You know what I should have done? I should have took some brisket and put it in my pocket, and then we can try it when we get here and compare the two against each other. I should have done it. Next time I'm
totally comparing them. I'm totally comparing them. I'm not going to be holding back on. I mean, I'm not going to be brutally, just like, oh, this sucks or whatever. No, that's not the way I am. But I'm going to be comparing them, and they could be for good reasons or bad reasons. I don't know, but that's the whole point of just kind of doing what we're doing, coming out here and trying these places, because I want them to be unique. I want them to be different, whether they're good or bad.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, definitely. And you said he competed? David competed? Already this year?
Beast, David at
A Fine Swine?
At A Fine Swine, yeah. He competed in, I think it was the Columbia, Missouri Polar Bear.
Yeah.
And I believe he got 5th place, if I'm not mistaken.
That's first time out KCBS.
Yeah, first time out the chute. That's not too bad.
That's real good.
I'm pretty impressed with that. I'd be happy if we did that in our first KCBS competition of the year. 5th place would be all right with me.
Yeah. No kid, you're getting money, that's for sure. How about David Sandusky?
I don't know. I don't know if he competes or not. I don't believe that he does. But
are we turning up here?
We can certainly ask him if he's 2.5 miles. We have 2.5 miles to turn.
Just going straight. Yeah, I well, he has the radio show with Frank that he does, right?
Yes, he does.
Still do that?
Yep. Actually, he's got it today.
Oh, today.
So,
awesome.
If we catch him early enough, he should be there. But the problem is we're hitting these joints like at the really heavy time. So I don't know how much they're going to have a chance to discuss things with us. But we'll see. It's coming up on, it's a little bit after noon. So it's probably prime lunchtime right now. I'd say lunchtime's probably like, 11 to 1, 11 to 12:30 for prime lunchtime. So, who knows? I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to trying here is the brisket.
Yeah, if they have a really good special,
yeah,
I'm open to trying that.
Yeah.
I've already had a cocktail in the morning, so
yep,
I'm good there.
I don't know, man. I thought the Bloody Mary was okay.
It was okay. But at least they offered it. It was on special. I'm like, you know what? We already have food here. Might as well just take it with a drink too.
Yeah.
So I was curious to find out what kind of Bloody Marys do other people make. I made a Bloody Mary. I'm not a Bloody Mary drinker, but then we had the Bloody Mary competition at Wildwood, and I'm like, I'll just take a crack at it, and then I ended up just making this crazy cocktail, Bloody Mary, and it turned out really freaking good. I mean, we only found out who the winner was, but through the grapevine, I heard that we came in second.
Turn left on South Belt East.
Yeah, I'm not a big Bloody Mary. Yeah.
It was kind of like a neck and neck deal that we just lost out on. So
I'm not a big Bloody Mary guy either. I like them, but I don't necessarily drink them very often. But man, that Bloody Mary that Arthur made at Wildwood was by far the best Bloody Mary I've ever had.
I'm not a Bloody Mary, but that was
delicious.
Yeah, I'm not a Bloody Mary drinker, and that was good. And this one was okay for me. Yeah, I was just excited to be there. Just, it paired well with everything. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, I drank it all. I saw the little spices, the little flakes of goodness inside of them. So it was definitely fresh, not out of a bottle or anything. So
making a left. Is this Beltline?
Turn left on South Belt East.
Yeah, this is it.
It
says turn here.
Oh, okay.
No, wait. Yeah, go ahead, I guess. It says 25 feet.
This has to be it right here.
Yeah, it's got to be it. Well, there was another one down there. I was a little worried.
This probably changes.
This is it.
Okay.
I see little cars on the line here.
That's okay. I've got a bigger room you lost a couple times.
In 3/4 of a
So far, we're doing pretty good.
You will arrive at Beastcraft Barbecue.
Oh,
your
that's
destination will be on your left.
What's there? On the left-hand side.
I mean, it looks like we're still in the middle of nowhere right here. I mean, there's some residential houses.
Yep.
It looks like a prison yard or a school up ahead.
Prison yard? Or a school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's the Army Reserve Center. Okay, I was wrong on both accounts. But, I mean, it looks... Okay, we're coming up to some, like, Main Street kind of area up here.
These places sure are in the middle of nowhere.
No kidding. On the left?
Yeah, the little thing said on the left. I agree.
What is that over there?
I don't know. Racetrack or something.
Yeah, it looks like a racetrack.
Hardee's. There it is. It's up on the left.
Ah, past the light. Gotcha. Or should I turn off the light? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, that truck is turning right into there. Up ahead at past the light. For some odd reason, this place reminds me of like Hannibal, Hannibal, Missouri. I mean, there's a lot of chain restaurants out here. I mean, you're not.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a place that you find a small restaurant or.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's like a small parking lot here.
Yeah, there's still parking though.
I bet this fills up fast.
Right. Oh, this guy's not gonna give me any room to turn in.
Kind of an unassuming building. Looks like it's repurposed from, who knows, maybe a car lot or something.
Oh, jeez. Turn back around here. Driving a big ass truck.
Everybody's driving a Corvette today.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna park right here at the corner here.
Back in, man. I back in every time I can.
Yep.
Easy getting out.
Yep.
All right, we're here. Beast Barbecue.
Yep. Alright, we're good. See if I can get you in there too. I don't know. You kind of have to lean in a little bit. Or a lot of it. We're going right?
Yes.
That was ridiculous, though. starting to get really crowded. I don't know what time. I mean, it's after like 1 o'clock, and they're just now getting busy.
I think it's church crowd.
Yeah.
Yes.
Going straight or turn left?
It's not picking us up here.
Turn right on
Turn
South
right.
Illinois Street.
Oh, turn right.
Then turn right to State Route 15 West, East St. Louis.
East St. Louis. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. I bet you it's taking us that way. That crazy way. We can always go down 255 too if we don't want to go that way.
Nah, we'll be all right. Where am I going? Let's see.
Just keep going straight.
Going
Turn right
straight.
to State Route 15
Oh, turn right.
West,
Sorry.
East
Yeah, that's
St.
fine.
Louis.
I guess I can't read the thing. Well, you know where East St. Louis is. I'll just tell you.
Not from this far out.
Oh, not from this way.
Yeah, not from this way. That was
If you go over JB Bridge, it's not that much different to go in.
Centerville. That's where they have some good strip clubs in there. Centerville.
Continue straight for 12 minutes to North 26th Street.
They can do things in Centerville that they can't do in the other establishments.
Okay.
Just saying.
FYI.
FYI.
Just in case.
Yeah. Anyone's interested. So I heard.
Rumor. Word on the street.
Was that one of them? That might have been one of them back there.
That was a car lot.
Oh, okay.
No? Could have been a strip. I don't know. Alright, so we just finished up at Beast Craft Barbecue, and David came out and talked to us for basically our entire meal. It was really nice of him to sit down with us.
Oh, man. Super chill guy. I mean, he's just a great person in general. So
Yeah, quite a wealth of knowledge about barbecue and about cooking and the restaurant industry. That was a pretty cool thing to have him come out and just talk to us the whole time.
yeah, a couple of schmoes like us. I mean, and that's just, that's who he is. You know, he's just a really nice guy, and he's very passionate about what he does.
Yeah, the restaurant, when we pulled up, it was pretty unassuming. It looked like just a little place. I could tell that it was repurposed from something, but we found out it's repurposed from an old diner. And luckily enough, we were fortunate enough to have a tour of the back of the restaurant. He took us, and we saw one smoker, and we saw the pitmaster working it. And, you know, I kind of assumed that was the smoker, you know, and it's actually kind of built into the restaurant. And then he took us outside, and there was not one, not two, not three, not four, but 6 smokers. The guy's got 6 smokers working at a small restaurant like that. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It looked like when you look in the mirror and you actually see like duplicate. It was crazy. I couldn't believe that he had 6 smokers working in a small place like that. But that's what he's got.
Yeah, same deal. I thought when he just, took us to the, area where they have the one pit. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Wow. I mean, you can get a lot of meat on there. You can definitely fill up the barbecue joint, just with this one smoker. And then he opens up the door and all these cookers outside. It's just like, wow. What? He must be cooking a lot of meat, because, I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of cookers to have outside at one barbecue joint.
Yeah, I gather they must have a lot of catering that they do, because I don't know if you really need 6 for, I'm not a restaurant guy, but it seemed like a lot for just a small place. But yeah, I mean, he's got 6 going, and of course we learned that he's got different cookers for different meats again, much like a fine swine had. He's got different cookers going for different meats, poultry on one, ribs on another, and it's beef on another. But what was really interesting is he used different woods for different meats too. I guess that's really a common thing in restaurant these days, maybe, is to pair your woods with your meats.
You have to, man. I mean, I do it. I do it at home. And that's something, that's an art. That's part of the art of barbecue that people often miss, or they're just too traditional and changing our ways from using either hickory or mesquite or whatever kind of wood that Home Depot offers you, for example. it doesn't. It's not. That's not true barbecue. True barbecue is getting the maximum flavor, especially for what you like. Is what I like. I mean, if I'm good, I think pork pairs better with sweeter kind of woods like apple or cherry or peach, and then I think like beef, especially for brisket, I think pecan matches up pretty well, or even cherry too. I love the combination of both of those, and that's what he does. That's what they do there at Beast. They try to find the best combination of what flavors pairs it well with the meats. That's fantastic. I love hearing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you could tell that he really put the passion into his product, and you could taste it in what we ate. We got the Duroc Tour, which was pork belly, pork steak, like a Polish style sausage, and what else was on there?
Well, there was the pork belly.
Yeah, the pork belly, the sausage, the pork steak. Mm-hmm. We also got a side of Wagyu brisket
and wings,
and we got some of the smoked fried wings, which were really
Adam
good.
Wagner wings.
Adam Wagner wings. They were all. Everything was. A little Duroc pulled pork. Sorry, a little pulled pork.
Oh yeah, the pulled pork, which is fantastic. I mean, we had both places that had fantastic pulled pork.
Yeah, which I found really surprising, frankly, that a restaurant's able to pull off pulled pork that was really, really good. I thought going into it, my favorite thing was going to be the Wagyu brisket, and it was way up there. But man, I tell you what, the pork belly and the pork steak were, I mean, unbelievable. I mean, they were absolutely amazing. I was blown away.
Absolutely unctuous, just so full of flavor, and I mean, he keeps it simple too. The rub is so simple: salt and pepper, or just a basic barbecue rub, and you don't need much. You cook it just right, and it tastes like butter. The pork belly tasted like butter, and it was so tender. You just wanted to keep eating it before you realized it was so rich and so filling. And you saw you had other meats you had to go through. I'm like, oh, okay, let me back off of that because it's so rich. It was so good. And then you turn to the pork, the Polish sausage, or to the brisket, and just one thing was better than the next. And it was just you can't call it classic barbecue because it wasn't. It was a unique twist and spin on barbecue, and it's absolutely something that is worth checking out and trying for yourself because it's just everything had full flavor. Every piece of meat, just full flavor to it.
Yeah, and what was great is I think the flavors of the meat really shone through. You talked about just the salt and pepper on the rub, and it shows if you start with a really good product to begin with, you don't need to cover it up with a lot of layers of different flavors. You just start with a real simple seasoning like salt and pepper, and you can finish with a great product in the end. What's funny is, in competition, we're always like layering flavor after flavor after flavor. We use
let me
3,
stop you
4.
real quick now because we need to try that place.
What's that?
The Hofbrand House or something.
What is that? A brewery?
It's a brew house.
Oh,
it's a brew house, and we should still be in Belleville probably because I've been checking that place out for like a year. It's the Hofbrand House, I think it's called the Hofbrand House.
Hofbrand.
They spell it the German way. With the house being H-A-U. However you spell it.
Is the place
It's not open yet. It's supposed to be open. It's supposed to be open, but they've taken like so many, so much time, and they've been hit with a lot of, like obstacles and whatnot. They haven't opened yet, but they're supposed to be opening soon. They said this winter, and then they said, okay, it's gonna be this spring, and that's the exact same stuff they've been doing like for the last year. So don't know really when it's supposed to open, but that's supposed to be an awesome place. You saw how big it was.
Yes,
it's supposed to be like a German style brew house where you kind of just pick a place to sit inside and drink beer.
Nice. That does not sound bad.
No, that's not gonna suck. Hopefully it does open soon now. Sorry about that. I didn't cut you off because that's the first time I ever
Now I'm thinking beer. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh, the layers of flavors. Yeah, it seems like a competition. We just put rub after rub after rub and sauce and all kinds of craziness on our meat. And it really proves that you don't have to have all that stuff to have a good piece of finished barbecue. Because they're doing it there, just starting. Both places we went to really started with really, really good meat products. And in the end, you ended up with some really good barbecue. Just a little bit of meat, a little smoke, and a little bit of rub, and you're good to go.
Yeah. I think it wasn't. Thank goodness too that it wasn't like a fine swine, because it was a different experience for me. It was a barbecue experience that I love having. If you're trying someplace new, if you're not into the competition style barbecue, which I know a lot of people are not a fan of, if you're not into that, this is definitely a place for you. If you like the chefing style barbecue joint, this is for you. This isn't a trendy kind of place. This is authentic, real barbecue. I love it, especially when it's owned when it's owned by a guy like Sanders. He knows what he's doing.
In 1 mile, turn left on North 26th Street.
Yeah.
Now we're in East St. Louis. Now we kind of in an area where kind of shady.
This may be our first and last podcast.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is the last time we came down here, I had the kids and it was dark, and we're driving through, and we drove through, and there's a liquor store in one spot where we go by, and it's just packed. There must have been 30 cars lining on the side. And I'm like, oh my God, and there's people everywhere, and I'm like, oh God, just get me through here. Just get me through here. I just don't want to have like a, issue. I'm not going to say it because I don't want that to happen.
I'm pretty sure I've been through this way before.
We're going to end up turning left on 26th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just this way last weekend.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I went this exact same way.
Turn left on North 26th Street.
There it is.
Oh, this is it?
Yep. Doesn't look like the right way, does it?
It sure doesn't.
Over this bridge.
In half a mile, turn right on Bonded Avenue.
Oh, bonded or fondant?
I'm not sure what to say. Bond Avenue.
Bonded. Yeah. It's not the best neighborhood through here.
Well, I guess we abandoned docks. We ended up not going to docks. We just couldn't make it. It was just too... We were so full, we just couldn't handle it. We're amateurs. But we are going to have to get to docks at some point because, well, I really want to try his food. I don't know if there's anything else up in the Edwardsville area as far as barbecue is concerned or not, but I guess we can...
I'm not sure.
We can figure it out.
Is this it?
Yeah,
Turn
this is
right
it.
on Bonded Avenue.
Okay.
Then we'll make a left, then we'll make a right.
Somebody yelling at us?
I don't know.
You need to go to the wireless phone
In 1 mile,
store?
No,
turn
I'm good.
left on South 15th Street.
Oh, what was that? I missed that.
Left on South 15th. It's a little whiles up. Got jumping on a... Alright.
Fun times, dude. We're just driving through the neighborhood, East St. Louis. Some of this kind of looks like a war zone through here.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good. That's so good.
Is this it?
No, we still got a ways to go.
I mean, we're right in the middle of a bunch of neighborhoods. And we look a lot out of place.
Yes, we do.
In 1,000 feet, turn left.
There's some kind of new building right there.
Yeah.
It's like for... I'm turning left here.
Turning left here, yeah.
Turn left on South 15th Street.
There's a lot of cars out. Lots of activity.
Yeah, everyone's out and about. Nice weather and everything, but...
In 900 feet, turn right on Pickett Avenue.
That should be where my liquor store is.
Oh, not right here?
No, keep going. Yeah, keep going. The liquor store will be down when we make our next
Oh, we're turning at the... You need to go liquor store?
No, I'm good. I am good. Yeah, there's the liquor store. Should be turning right here.
Turn right on Pickett Avenue.
But there were cars lined up all the way down here, all over here, all over here. And we had to walk. We had to go drive right between them, and there's people everywhere on both sides of the street. I'm just like,
oh, really? Just get to the liquor store?
Just don't run out of gas. Have a flat tire.
In 900
Get shot.
Stay
Anything.
to the left to I-55 South, I-64 East,
Oh, that's it.
St. Louis.
Yeah, you don't see many houses for sale on.
I think we gotta stop here.
Oh, yeah.
I-55 South, I-64 East, St. Louis.
Hey, I was putting my foot.
Get the hell out of here!
My foot to the floor there, just to get the hell out. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah.
Let's go do that again.
Stay to the left to I-55 South, I-64 East, St. Louis.
Oh man.
All right. Well, we made it through. It's like the bridge is pretty crowded.
I can't tell you how full I am right now. I mean, I'm just stuffed to the max.
I think they have a lane or two shut down on the bridge.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we should be okay though.
In 3/4 of a mile, stay to the left to I-64 West, St. Louis.
What jams it up is all these trucks and stuff.
Yeah, they could be like, coming over this way.
Yeah. It's gotta be tough for a truck to get all the way over if they gotta get on 44.
Stay to the left.
Out to the left, out to the left. over here.
Yeah, they are.
Stay to the left to I-64 West, St. Louis.
Oh, there's a little bit of room.
Stop for ice cream on the way home.
Minutes to exit 9, State Highway.
I think I'm good for the rest of the day.
Oh yeah, me too.
That was a lot of barbecue. I mean, I don't know. It didn't look like a lot, for sure. I mean, that's how rich barbecue is. You know, that's how filling barbecue is. I mean, if you're complaining that you pay too much for barbecue, or you don't want to spend that much on, barbecue, man, that's just a horrible excuse, because you definitely get your money's worth.
Yeah, the neat thing about going to the barbecue restaurants as opposed to cooking it yourself at home is the variety you can get at the restaurant. Because there's no way I could have cooked all that stuff at home.
No.
I'd have had to cook a ton of food and then ended up with a bunch of leftovers, which is fine, but it's pretty cool though that you can go out to a barbecue restaurant now and get stuff like pork belly, Wagyu beef, all that kind of stuff, because it wasn't that long ago that you were so limited by your choices. It was just the basics.
Yeah, I mean, you could go back. You could go just a short time back, like 3, maybe 2 years ago. Were you able to find pork belly anywhere?
Yeah,
at Costco at best. But now it's in restaurants, and you can find it at just about every grocery store. I mean, it's so awesome right now because of competition barbecue. I believe, because we're buying it. We're buying it, and if you're buying it, they have to start carrying it in stores, because the stores are getting, or the grocery stores, because if you want people to come to your grocery store, then you got to start stocking it. If you don't stock it, then we'll find somebody else who will. Same with doing brisket. I mean, brisket wasn't around anywhere about maybe 10 years ago. You couldn't find brisket anywhere 10 years ago, probably. I can't remember finding it anywhere. But now they stock it everywhere. In St. Louis. I mean, St. Louis is not known for brisket. But I think because of competition barbecue, it is now.
Yeah, I think it certainly has helped out. Barbecue on TV and competition barbecue gotta go hand in hand a little bit, but yeah, I think so. I think that's a good statement to make, that competition guys are spreading the word out there a little bit, cooking their own. You got the restaurants that are cooking really good brisket, and people say, hey, I'd like to try that at home. You see it on all the forums and the social media, the guys out there cooking brisket for the first time. And that's always kind of fun, as you see a guy on social media asking for help cooking his first brisket. And I remember my first brisket when I cooked it. It was pretty exciting to get out there and cook a piece of meat for the first time, because it's a pretty intimidating piece of meat. You get a big old 12, 14, 16-pound brisket. It's got a ton of fat on one side, fairly lean on the other. You're like, oh, God, what do I do with this thing?
Yeah, very intimidating on some cuts of meat, especially the bigger ones. So, I mean, now you're spending a fortune on it. I feel bad for the guys who are just getting into it now, because, I mean, this stuff didn't used to be this expensive.
Yeah, it didn't. But the good thing, so that's one thing, though, that the guys have now that maybe we didn't have or didn't utilize as much. Number one, there's a lot of social media out there that offers help. Number two, just in general, you can go to YouTube or even Arthur's website, pull up some blog information about how to cook good barbecue, or hey, maybe one of Arthur's cookbooks. He's got a couple cookbooks out there you can go to and find out about competition barbecue. And then the third thing is the proliferation of the classes by the big guys. That's a big money maker for them. They'll put out class, might be anywhere from $300 to $700 for a class, but man, it's money well spent for a competition guy to get out there and spend money on a class to bypass that curve. Because if you go out there and just try to cook on your own without any knowledge of the sport, you're going to waste a lot of money, a lot of time and resources that you could have spent on a class and had success right away. So Iron classes are a great thing, and all the research that you have available to you out there. I think it very much helps the new guy out there. But yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, you don't have to be a competition guy to enjoy competition barbecue. There's a lot of competition barbecue recipes that are out there, like I said, just on social media, and people are willing to share it just because we want more people to be involved with it. If there's more teams out there, that brings the sponsors. More sponsor means that there's more money for everybody to win, and not only just the grand prize or the reserve grand, not only the reserve grand champion or the grand champion, but everybody in maybe the top 10 or the top 15, gets a share of that too. So definitely want more people to be involved with it, but at the same time, you don't have to be involved with it. I mean, you can do all this stuff in your backyard, and if you like competition barbecue and you don't compete, that's awesome. There's no true way or definition of authentic barbecue, and that's what the whole debate is: who has the best barbecue. That's why, to me, I enjoy it, because there isn't a true definition of great barbecue. Everyone's going to make barbecue, and everyone does it really, really well. And I'm okay with that. Some people aren't, for whatever reason. Everyone's stuck in some way that barbecue has to be a certain way, or if you're following, like we were talking with Sandusky about, just like only people barbecue, competition barbecue circuit guys only see as bone, or the ribs must be, can't be fall off the bone, or, the brisket has to, be a certain thickness to it. All these rules that go with competition barbecue, that doesn't mean it's good barbecue. Good barbecue is what you like. And I think a lot of people think that just because you heard it or you tried it once, maybe you didn't like it, try another place. It's okay. I mean, barbecue speaks to different people, and there's all kinds of barbecue out there. Just give it a try.
Kind of a difference about 10 minutes makes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're way the heck in a weird spot. Now we're here. Kind of different, isn't it?
Yes. What a difference
amazing.
It makes.
We were out in farmland. Then we were not in farmland, and now we're in a nice area.
We were in ghetto land there for a second, where we were.
Yeah.
Now we're in Brentwood.
Yeah, basically Brentwood, Clayton area.
About a 15-minute drive away. I'm completely stuffed. I cannot. Anyway, I couldn't do. If we went to Doc's, I couldn't do this justice.
I think it was a good call not to go. And I'm actually getting a little sleepy now.
Oh,
a little lethargic because of all that little meat coma going on.
Definitely.
And I'm really glad we didn't do the sides or anything like that, because it just would have bogged everything down.
I may have the meat sweats going. If I didn't have my AC on me,
yeah,
I think I would have the meat sweats. Because this is definitely probably the most amount of meat I've eaten.
I'm trying to think back on all the food that we had today. I'm trying to think what my favorite bite was, and it's going to be kind of hard to narrow it down. I think, and it's also unfair because we ate beef second, but I think maybe my favorite bite was that pork belly. I really enjoyed the pork belly. And then second, it's going to be between the pulled pork at a fine swine and the pork steak at Beast. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to think is, even though I'm so full, what could I eat more of? And I think it's the pork belly is what I could eat more of right now.
Interesting.
It's super rich, super decadent. Normally, I'm not a big fat guy on food, but man, absolutely melted in your mouth. You put it on your tongue and it just started to melt. It was amazing.
It didn't even feel like I was eating fat, really. It just was a part of it. So, I didn't even see it as, fat, because I think the pork belly is just all of it's edible. You're not supposed to take anything off or pull it apart or what have you, because it's just, the pork belly is so rich. So, for meat, it's pretty creamy. I don't know if that's the right word to use for meat, but, it was creamy. It just kind of like just melted. Like it was, you're eating like butter. So, and this is all in a good way. This is not in any way a bad thing. So,
yeah, I have like a film on my tongue. Yeah. I can feel it from all the fat. Well, as we went to throw our tray away, our tray had butcher paper on the bottom. The paper was wet from all the meat that was sitting on it. And I'm sure that was all the fat that was still rendering off. So I'm sure not all the fat rendered off. I'm sure we ate plenty of that. Yeah. So it left like a coating on my tongue to where I want to go home and brush my teeth. Actually, maybe I should drink a beer. Beer first.
That might take it.
The fat off of there.
Yeah, I definitely needed something to cut through all the barbecue. Yeah. That's why I think after a while, eating that beast, I was kind of winding down there. I started using the barbecue sauce. Mm-hmm. I think it was to cut through all the richness with the sweetness of the barbecue sauce. Because, man, it was really starting to get to me. It was like, oh, I can't eat anymore, But I didn't feel like I was exploding or expanding or, and it was just the richness of the meat, which is, by far probably the best quality meat in a restaurant I've ever had. To be having Wagyu and Duroc at the same sitting, that you can't get that anywhere else. Yeah, you cannot get that anywhere else.
I agree. What was your favorite bite of barbecue that you had?
My favorite bite of barbecue today was. Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one. Man, if I had to pick one, the best bite. I'm gonna have to say the chicken wing at Beast.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting bite of food.
I know it's not the Duroc or the Wagyu, but for some reason, that combination of flavors and the texture of it really hit home with me. It really did.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought what was curious is I saw a little piece of green on the plate, and I thought it was just some kind of a garnish. I didn't realize at first.
Dill.
I didn't realize at first it was dill.
Yeah.
And then I smelled it. I took a bite of my wing. And I thought, I must have got some of that dill on my wing. Yeah. I don't think so. I think it was actually in the rub.
Yeah, it had to be in the rub.
I think it was actually in the rub.
That was such a good combination of flavors. You kind of get like a ranch dip vibe to it. Yeah. So imagine a dry rub ranch dip. That's what I thought of it as.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what the best bite was for me.
Let's see here. Yeah, and a little something to point out. So David at Beast, he served tortillas on the side.
Oh my god!
With his barbecue, and a lot of times you'll see cornbread or Texas toast or some big old honking piece of bread. And I think his story was something to the effect of the tortillas were there, so you could maybe take a piece of meat, put it on the tortilla, eat it like a taco if you wanted to. But he didn't want anything too carb heavy. He wanted you to be there to enjoy the meat, not the bread. I thought it was kind of an interesting statement from him.
Yeah, he's thinking just way outside the box here. And he hit a home run with that, dude. He was thinking, tacos are kind of a trendy thing right now. And I'm just going to serve up these tortillas and let people take, like pork meat or the pork and combine that with the slaw, that you normally get with the side as a side item. So he's leaving the creativity up to us, what to do with it. So I think that's a unique twist for barbecue, and it's nothing outrageous, it's nothing crazy, but just his way of thinking and the way he presents it. It's creative, and I applaud him for that, because that's what barbecue is. Barbecue is kind of making it your own. No matter what anybody says, it's like, if you like a certain combination of flavors, do it. Like you probably put together grab a tortilla, put some brisket, and put some of those excellent crispy Brussels sprouts in there. I bet you that would taste awesome.
Oh yeah, I bet you're right. Yeah, what would be really good? I'm a big nachos guy. I bet you threw a bunch of that meat on there and threw some of those Brussels sprouts on top.
I'm telling you.
That would be good.
I'm telling you, those Brussels sprouts, they were almost like they were roasted peanuts.
Yeah.
They were so good.
Yeah, another melt in your mouth type dish. Yeah. Who would expect it? Brussels sprouts, the number one selling side at Beast Barbecue. I would have thought it would have been, I don't know, mac and cheese, fries, beans, some of the classic sides, coleslaw. I certainly wouldn't think it would be Brussels sprouts, because I think most people, not most people, I think that people tend to look at Brussels sprouts and go, ugh, Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, most people I know, they were like, Brussels sprouts? Are you kidding me?
But I think it's one of those things, once you try them, you're super surprised. Yeah. I'm not a big Brussels sprouts person. If you grill them up, you put some olive oil on them, grill them up, a little bit of seasoning, you blacken them really good, I can eat them that way. Just steamed, bleh. I think they're terrible.
I agree with that.
But when you cook them like that, I can't remember exactly what he said he did to them. I'm sure he didn't tell us everything. But I know they're fried. Other than that, I don't know exactly what he did. But pretty phenomenal. I mean, fried food is good, huh? Wow, big surprise, right? Yeah. But it was another melt in your mouth food.
Yeah, he topped it off with one of those little bacon croutons. It was a crispy pork belly cube. It was crispy and it was delicious.
I wonder what his number one selling item is there.
He said it was pork steak.
Oh, it was the pork steak.
He said the pork steak was his best selling item.
Pork steak's the best seller. Well, I can see why.
Yeah, definitely see why. I mean, to me, the exterior looked pretty dry. Yeah. It didn't look, all that moist. Giving it. And this is why you can't go in there being a barbecue competition guy, because don't believe what your eyes are telling you at this place. You gotta go in and you just gotta taste the food, and then you will see what we're talking about. But just going in and not, it didn't have the glistening, it didn't have the moisture on the outside, but you bite into it and all that flavor comes rushing out, and you can see why the pork steaks are really, really top notch.
Yeah, I wonder what he did to it to make it so good. I mean, we cook pork steaks at competition every once in a while, and they're pretty phenomenal. But I gotta tell you, man, that was an amazing pork steak. For a restaurant's pork steak,
it's gotta be.
Never had anything like that before.
He used Durlock pork, right?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's the quality of the meat. Yeah.
I mean, it just tasted way better than any pork steak I've tried. Or made, for that matter. But I guess my pork steaks are still better.
Yeah.
Competition-wise, my pork steaks are still better. And not competition-wise, because I like my pork steaks to have a little bit more moisture to that. I like my pork steaks to be a little bit more juicy than that. So, but however, there is a place, for all different kinds of pork steaks, and Beast definitely has those kind of pork steaks you want to definitely try out, because they're phenomenal.
The only thing we didn't try the ribs.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Didn't try the ribs.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess we should have tried the ribs.
It wasn't part of the Duroc plate.
Yeah, we probably should have tried. Should have tried them, but oh well.
I mean, definitely won't be the last time I go back there. On the other hand, too, it doesn't look like he's going to need any help from us going there anyway.
Nope, I think he's doing all right. I think all of them over there. Yeah, I think all of them over there are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, when you got to go from 1 smoker to 6, I think you're doing okay.
Definitely. That shouldn't stop anyone from going.
At least I would guess. I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah, but I got to say that everyone should at least try it, give it a try.
I went from 1 smoker to 6, and I'm not making any more money. It's not bad. It's 2 o'clock.
I don't know, but it seems a lot later.
It didn't take up the full day. Like, if we'd have gone to docks, it was another 35 or so minute drive.
Oh, yeah. We'd probably be home
eating.
at 4.
Yeah. Plus coming back. Because we'd have been way up in Edwardsville. We'd had to drive back 70. You know, the great thing is now you got to listen to this whole thing to pick out what to keep in, I guess. Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to try my best to kind of edit it.
Yeah.
I'm hopefully not going to do too much, editing to it. I don't want to do all that much editing to it. I mean, just take out the long-winded spots.
So, once you condense it down to whatever the end product's going to be, what do you do with it?
Upload it onto YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube and say,
yep, it's up to
there you go.
Yep.
Hashtag whatever.
Yeah, because I don't know any other thing. I noticed, like, have you watched any of the Cosmos Q video blogs? Cosmos Q?
No, I don't think so.
His production is actually a lot better than what it used to be. Because when he first started, it was just like...
So people can actually be watching this? Well,
could be,
theoretically. Because you can't see us.
No. Every once in a while you can.
They're probably going to be like, I can't see you.
You can. Why not put it up there?
I don't know. Maybe we got to figure out something with the video.
Yeah. Oh,
I guess when we get back to my house, if you can shoot me that picture of the food from A Fine Sign real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So I have it. You know what's kind of funny? Did you take a picture of this? Like, wow. Kind of late now. We already.
I know. I was wondering. Just like
obliterated the thing.
I know. I totally forgot to take a picture of it.
I sent you a couple of pics from Beast. Now I gotta tell Doc we're not covered.
Oh, yeah. That stinks. Yeah, definitely the meats are making me sleepy.
What do you think about the fresh meat concept at Beast?
I like it. I mean, they never freeze it, right?
That's what he said. He said he gets them fresh.
Yeah, if you have a passion for it, and I mean, that's what people want to hear. Me, I don't mind if meats are frozen. I really don't see that much or notice any difference. So it doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I mean, if it does come like brisket, I mean, you can do wet aging stuff. And I wouldn't think twice about it because I like wet aging briskets.
Do you think you're going to be interested in the pork products for competition?
I may. Like I said, if I'm not doing well, to start off with, I'm gonna have to make a change.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna make a change, I want to get something that's more reliable than just waiting for the seasons to change and all of a sudden I'm out of ribs and I deal with some other crappy brand or whatever.
So we've got Washington, we've got Smithton, and we've got Pig and Swig. Those are the only three we have before the end of June.
Yeah.
So that's our 3 chances to go to the Royal this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Royal cutoff is July 1st.
Oh, that's right. Well, let's just tank those.
Yeah, that's right. I think it would be awesome to win Washington of all 3 of those. Just because that's kind of where our first competition was.
Oh, sure.
To win that one would be kind of fun. Of course, Pig and Swig, I mean, we don't know what the money's like at Pig and Swig, but, I know that with Budweiser last year, it was big money at Pig and Swig, so it was fun to win. But that'd be a fun one to win. But I think that KCBS contest in Washington would be probably my number 1 pick if I had to pick one of those to win.
Yeah.
Of course, there's probably gonna be some pretty stiff competition out there. Sure, will be out there.
He better be.
And if he doesn't show up,
it's in his backyard, I wish we had another, barbecue series of some kind that replaced Budweiser, but that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it's funny. We went from 2 last year to 0. You had Bippin with his. He's not doing his this year either. Well, at least they still have Team of the Year, which is going to be funded a little better now, and so it's probably going to have more money. But I don't really know how much of a realistic chance we have of that because we just don't cook enough competitions.
Yeah, we're kind of, taking out on 2 ways there because we won't cook enough probably to win Team of the Year, but then again, we're kind of we scored high enough from last year, we won't be considered for most improved team.
Right.
And we're definitely not a new barbecue competition team. So
Yep.
we're kind of left out, just hoping to do the best that we can, with the competitions that are on our schedule. So all we have to do is win.
What do you think? Shoot for top 10 and everything? Shoot for top 10 Team of the Year in all 4 categories? I think that's a reasonable expectation.
Hey, that's always the goal for me. Yeah.
I think it'll be difficult to obtain, but I think it's possible.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is it. Sorry, I didn't realize you were looking for the exit.
It was easier when the first time around, but now I'm just like in a meat coma here.
Yeah.
I started questioning my own thoughts there. Yeah, the goal is always to get top 10 in each one because, you know, it's so hard, you know, to win absolutely every category. Or it's hard to win just in general if you're good in just one category and not in the other three. Or maybe even half of the categories and not the other half. So you got to do well in all of them. And all you got to do is be in the top 10. Because when you're competing against 30, 40, maybe even 50 teams, that top 10 gets a little harder to get into.
Yeah, right. Right.
And we already saw already again at the free ski. I didn't see the whole standings, but I saw some of the standings. And it looks like the same guys are up there.
Yeah, same guys are up there, but man, I tell you what, free ski, for some reason, the scores are always all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's crazy. Maybe it's just because the judges are, you know, just getting started with the year, too.
Sure. Oh, well. All right, that concludes
here.
Our first podcast. Is going to be like 10 hours long.
Should we sign off?
Sign off with what? We don't even have a name.
Bye. Peace out.
Yeah.